trapped on the tower. Maya and Arian had been trapped on top of a huge, abandoned tower for 2 days. There was no easy way down, and their food and water were almost gone. While they were desperately trying to figure out how to survive, Maya noticed something strange on Arian's leg. There was a tattoo with the number 143. The number immediately reminded Maya of her husband, Dan. Dan had always used 143 as a secret way of saying, "I love you." Maya began to suspect that Arian and Dan had a hidden connection. Later that night, while Maya was watching some of her old videos, she noticed Arian in the background. She suddenly realized that Arian had been jealous whenever he saw her and Dan together. Everything started making sense. Maya understood that Arian had been involved with her husband. But before she could ask him about it, Arian suddenly spotted 2 people near a van far below them. They thought this might be their chance to get rescued. Arian quickly told Maya to fire the flare gun. The bright flare attracted the 2 people's attention, and Maya and Arian became extremely hopeful. They thought their nightmare was finally over. The 2 strangers started walking toward them. But when they reached the van, instead of helping Maya and Arian, they broke the vehicle's window, stole it, and drove away. Their last hope disappeared. That night, both Maya and Arian tried to sleep. But while Arian was moving around in his sleep, Maya managed to save his life. After that, they decided they could no longer sleep and would have to stay awake. Maya finally asked Arian about Dan. Arian knew they might not survive much longer, so he decided there was no reason to hide the truth anymore. He confessed everything about his relationship with Dan. Maya was completely heartbroken. She realized that she had been risking her life for someone who had betrayed her. With tears in her eyes, Maya removed her wedding ring. But there was another problem. They had been trapped on the tower for 2 days, and they desperately needed water. Then Maya noticed a bag far below them. Arian decided to go after it. He tied a rope around himself and prepared to climb down. Before leaving, he looked at Maya and jokingly told her, "If you're lucky, I'll die." Then he slowly descended toward the bag. But when he reached the lower platform, the rope was too far away. Arian had no choice. He gathered his courage and jumped onto the antenna. Finally, he reached the bag and drank some of the water. For the first time in 2 days, his terrible thirst was relieved. But when he tried to return, he realized the rope was now far away from him. There was no way he could reach it. Arian had to think of another plan. Arian used a selfie stick and tied the bags to a rope. Then he shouted up to Maya and told her to pull the rope. Maya began pulling with all her strength while Arian slowly tried to climb back up. But suddenly, Arian's hand slipped. He fell. Maya screamed in terror. She looked down and saw Arian hanging from the structure. Arian told her that his hand was badly injured and he could no longer climb by himself. Now Maya had to pull him up. Using every bit of strength she had left, Maya slowly dragged Arian back to safety. Once they were together again, they came up with another idea. They had a drone. If they could attach a help message to it and send it toward the hotel, someone might see it and come to rescue them. They quickly wrote a message asking for help and attached it to the drone. Maya launched it toward the hotel. But halfway there, the drone's battery died. They had no choice but to bring it back. That night, Maya suddenly realized that Arian was missing. At the same time, vultures began attacking her. Maya panicked. Then she suddenly opened her eyes. It had only been a nightmare. She looked upward and noticed a red light. For a moment, they thought morning had arrived. Maya decided to take the drone up again and charge it. At dawn, she climbed upward with the drone while Arian encouraged her from below. Finally, Maya connected the drone to a power source and waited for it to charge. But her injured foot had become worse. The vultures noticed her weakness and began attacking her again. Maya fought them off and somehow managed to stay alive. After a long struggle, the drone finally became fully charged. Maya quickly returned to the platform. Now they had to wait for the right moment. They watched the hotel below and waited until there were enough people around. When the hotel became busy, Maya launched the drone again. This time, It flew directly toward the hotel. They watched it with hope. But just as the drone was about to reach the hotel, it crashed into a truck. The drone fell to the ground and broke. Maya screamed at a nearby man, begging him to pick it up. But the man didn't even notice the drone. He simply walked away. Maya and Arian were devastated. Their final rescue attempt had failed. Maya then came up with one last idea. She needed to get her phone down to the ground. She asked Arian for his other shoe so she could put the phone inside it and throw it down. But Arian told her that he couldn't give her the shoe. Maya looked at him in confusion. Then Arian said something that completely changed everything. Arian told Maya that he couldn't give her the shoe because he wasn't wearing one. Maya stared at him. Then Arian quietly told her the truth. He wasn't really there. He had died a long time ago. Maya finally understood what had been happening. Arian had been nothing more than a creation of her own mind. She had been imagining him because she couldn't accept the reality of her situation. In reality, Maya had been alone on the tower the entire time. The person she thought was helping her had already died. That night, Maya cried as she recorded one final video message for her father. She apologized for everything and said goodbye. Then she lay down beside the remains of Arian. The next morning, Maya was still sitting on the tower, barely moving. A vulture approached her. It was preparing to attack her. But suddenly, Maya opened her eyes. She grabbed the vulture. After 3 days without enough food or water, Maya was desperately weak and hungry. She used the bird to regain some strength. Then she looked toward Arian's body. She knew she had only one option left. Maya tied herself to the rope and slowly climbed down. Before leaving, she sent one final message. Then she reached Arian's body. With tears in her eyes, Maya apologized to him. She took her phone, placed it inside Arian's shoe, and put the shoe into his body. Then, with no other choice, she pushed his body down from the tower. She hoped that someone would eventually find it and discover the phone. Meanwhile, Maya's father was desperately searching for her. Eventually, he reached the tower. But when he arrived, he saw police officers covering a dead body. He was completely devastated. He believed that his daughter was dead and that he had failed to save her. But then something unexpected happened. From behind him, he suddenly heard a familiar voice. "Dad!" He turned around. Maya was standing there. She was alive. Her father couldn't believe his eyes. After everything she had gone through, Maya had finally been rescued. And with that emotional moment, the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us for more amazing stories.